Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 5 Minutes PM podcast. Today, I like to discuss with you about the PMI Global Congress that happened a few days ago in Washington, D.C. Last week, I spent all the podcast talking about the keynote presentation from President Clinton. It was so impressive, and President Clinton did such a powerful speech that I decided to record only one full podcast with his presentation to give the opportunity for those who did not attend to check and also to think a little bit about his ideas. The Congress received almost 3,000 people, 2,800 people, and from 64 countries. And for sure, as a Brazilian, I was very happy because Brazil was in the 4th place in the attendee list. The first one was US, the second one, Canada, the third one, I'm not sure, but I think it was Japan and then Brazil and Nigeria. So it was really an opportunity to see my country. I remember the first time that I went at the PMI Congress was in Long Beach in 1998. And this is really amazing to see how Brazilian people are taking a more mature vision of project management. Regarding the topics, I saw about 80 different presentations on the paper list, at a glance at the calendar. And one thing that raised my attention was some topics related to Agile. PMI implemented a community of practice in Agile. And when we walked through the corridors and to arrive to the rooms with the presentations, I saw many banners with, "Are you Agile?" So thinking in Agile. And Agile is a very interesting tool. I'm a certified Scrum Master, and so I know a little bit well about that, but I don't work too much with IT, so it's not the area that I play very well. But I'd like to mention 3 papers that they presented in Agile. The first one was a simulation in 75 minutes from Brian Bozzuto and Gianna Moraine. The other one was Mastering Agile in 60 minutes from John Steinbeck. These 2 presentations, they have one very good similarity. It's time, 60 minutes, 1 hour and 15 minutes. And why this? Because the concept of Agile is to give results quickly. So reduce what they call bureaucracy, improve the communication process. And one very interesting paper that I saw came from Jess Fellow. Jess Fellow is a leader in the Agile community and one of the most powerful men in the area of agility. And he did a paper talking about modern Agile contracts, because one thing that everybody thought was that Agile is only applied in time material contracts. And then he tried to make a bridge to other types of contracts. So it was a very interesting topic. So Agile was on the arena for the Congress. The other topic that was also on the arena was negotiation. And why I'm talking, and I decided to present here negotiation, because negotiation is such an important subject for the project manager. And I saw 2 different papers, one talking about the negotiation skills from William Craddock, and the other one is negotiation with the sponsor from Handel, England. So this is such an interesting thing. It's to deal with your sponsor. So to negotiate with him or her to deliver better results. Other thing that we saw, and I presented a paper from AHP, was the techniques to help people to select projects for a portfolio. And I did a presentation. I was very happy. I was extremely welcome in my presentation. I received many questions, and I discussed more about the technical side of AHP. For those who don't know, AHP means Analytical Hierarchy Process. It's a mathematical model to help you to use multiple criteria to select and to improve and qualify your decisions. And I presented this technical paper, and by the end, some Brazilians came to me and say, "Oh, Ricardo, congratulations and thank you for your presentation." Not only because the presentation, but in the next day, they were the speakers of another paper called Prioritization of Projects of a Large and Diversified Portfolio. So from José Modica Edson Martins and Rock Rabechini from Petrobras. So what I did, it's so interesting because the same subject coming from people in the same country. And so I discussed about the technical side of AHP. This paper is available at my website, and they discussed in how to apply that. So it was really interesting. The other topic that I want to finish this podcast was virtual teams and multicultural aspects in project management. So this reinforced the globalization of the professional. So we saw 3 or 4 papers also on this topic. So look, we have a very diversified group of topics. And I'd like to suggest next year by October, we'll have the next PMI Global Congress, and it will be handled in Dallas, Texas. So I'd like to invite you. You still have 1 year to plan your registration. So it's a great opportunity to meet people and to see the most powerful challenges. And for me, far, this is the most important Congress in project management field globally. So if you want to play in this area, this is a Congress that you must evaluate and attend. I hope you enjoyed this podcast and see you next week. I'm planning to talk about the CAPM credential. See you next week. Bye-bye.